Consider this an invitation to my gangster
My name is Travis Backus, and I'm reviewing the futuristic satirical novel Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. Brave New World features an interesting point of view over how the world would be dumbed down and full of twins at some unknown period in the future. Basically, the future is full of people that go around working like drones and then take soma, which is basically a two-syllable word for ecstasy. Also, people in the future have the mental capacity of an ape, but I'll get to that later. When they aren't doped up on soma or walking around being morons, they are having sex or just referencing to it. Seriously, one of the book's recurring minor characters, Lenina, gets around. A couple other minute details are that books, religion, or any form of education is pretty much outlawed. Also, they have mastered being able to have over 15,000 kids with just a single female's reproductive organ. That's exactly why the future would be terrible. More kids. The futuristic idea is very good, but is now outdated. At the time, many people could see this happening by the year 2000, but since our society takes 2 steps back with 1 step forward, we will never reach this way of life. Al Gore says that global warming will kill us all and we'll all be poached eggs by the year 2030 because of his movie The Inconvenient Truth. Why did Al Gore do this? Because he is anticlimactic and wants everyone to die because he lost the election in 2000. Thanks for ruining the book, Al Gore. On to the characters. First up is John, who is a bad word, but is emotionally challenged. You might be wondering why he's seen as so, but it's easy to tell once you start reading. For every scene that he kicks a reporter's butt, and you might be thinking that he is as awesome as Ash from Army of Darkness, there's a scene where he is throwing a pansy fit over a waiter giving him too much pepper for his garden salad. This is commonly seen when he is jealous of his girlfriend Lenina. He is probably seen as a main character, but he is too emotional to be counted as a man, and that is too much of a disgrace for a main character to have no balls. Next up is Helmholtz. Although he is the poetic one of the group, he isn't as emotional as John. His problem is that he is dumb. He spends half the time quoting Shakespeare, an illegal text in this time. That's about the most moronic logic I've ever heard of. Why would you go around talking about how you are reading something illegal and then expect to never get arrested? What is the message the author is trying to convey with doing this? After reading the book, it makes me want to go to an airport yelling that I have a bomb. Finally, he was the one who brought up the Shakespearean quote, Brave New World, that gave title to the book. I don't know what Brave New World would actually translate to, but I can't say that I don't like Shakespeare. Bernard is a character in the book that just wants attention. His full name is Bernard Marx, which means that he's a communist, so I disliked him from the get-go. He also hates the world too much, which means that he's a whiner like John. Huxley, the author, just in case you forgot, describes him as a skinny dude, so I guess that he would really have no chance of being a bad word in this book. I mean, if you can't physically open up your can of Coke without your girlfriend doing it for you, then how can you be expected to open up a can of whoop bad words on people? Maybe I'm just biased on the character, but then again, he is a communist. Finally is Mustafa Mon. You don't hear about him much in the book until the last couple chapters where he talks about religion and science and everything else that is unimportant. He basically decides Bernard's, John's, and Helmholtz's fate. Also, he used to be a scientist, and he had a choice of working as a fate decider or being exiled. Like I said before, education is outlawed. The basic story is simple. John wants to hook up with Lenina, so he takes her to a camp full of savages. There she gets scared of all the transients, and then they watch a movie. Then it goes on a teeter-totter throughout the book whether or not she likes him. She really doesn't, but he gets obsessed and makes him go crazy. The other characters I use mainly to give him advice or help him out. Overall, the book gets the job done. It's a big kick in the balls to open up the book for the first time and get over a dozen numbers thrown at your face. Not to mention that the whole growing process for kids is completely different. No longer can you say wake up and smell the roses, because all the things that women deem as pretty are outlawed too, which I do like. Most people are less sincere, and everyone is classified as either an alpha or a beta, which means that life is just one big fraternity. If they introduced more characters, you would be able to tell which ones are classified as which, but they only introduce a handful of people at one time. Basically, I can sum up the book in one word: impossible. Why is it impossible? Because it is inconsistent. It is inconsistent because if all the alphas have to fit into a certain category and vice versa with the betas, then why do John, Bernard, and Helmholtz exist? It makes no sense. So if you like books about the future, ecstasy, women who sleep around, or just like the overall feeling of confusion, I would get this book immediately. Thank you.
We doing big pimpin', we spending cheese. Check 'em out now. Big pimpin' on the LADs. We doing big pimpin' up in NYC. It's just that Jigga Man, MC and B-U-M-B. Yo, yo, yo. Big pimpin', spending cheese. We doing big pimpin' on the LADs. We doing big pimpin' up in NYC. It's just that Jigga Man.